93-year-old man who last year got an official pardon for what were once crimes of indecency but aren't anymore.
If I get the apology, I don't need a pardon. I don't mind in the least, just I want an apology.
Well, now he's got his apology. How does he feel about it?
I couldn't possibly be happier.
Howard Jacobson speaking to me a little bit earlier. Do you remember 93-year-old George Montague, who appeared on Newsnight last October? He was reacting to the news that the government was to grant a pardon to gay men like himself who were convicted of sexual offences, where the act in question is no longer illegal today. This was George's reaction.
If I get the apology, I don't need a pardon. I don't mind in the least, just I want an apology. Not only me. There's apparently still 11,000 older men like me still alive, and I talked to some of them. My great friend Lord Edward Montague, take him. He served a year in prison, and I said to him one day, come on, surely you deserve an apology. And he said, like lots of other my contemporaries say to me when I talk to them, oh George, just leave it, let it lie. Well, I'm not going to.
That was George last October. Now our colleagues at The World at 1 on Radio 4 have revealed that George has finally got his apology as part of a week of reports 50 years on from the decriminalisation of homosexuality. He joins us now again. It's very nice to welcome you back. Tell us what happened, George.
Well, just over a year ago, I decided that I would get people to sign a petition. And we spent the whole day in Kent Town Carnival and then in the rest of Brighton. And about 6 months later, my partner and I took it up to number 10 and the media were there and they filmed us. I put my fingerprints on that door knocker and banged the door and handed in the petition. Well, now, at long last, to my great delight, we've got the result.
And you've got a letter, is that right?
I've got the letter in front of me.
Go on, show it to us. Read it out.
It's from the Home Office, addressed to me personally. Dear Mr. Montague, thank you for your letter of the 1st of November to the Prime Minister about past convictions incurred by gay men, to which I have been asked to respond. Your request an apology from the government on behalf of its predecessors. Now, many more lived in fear of being criminalised because they were being treated in a very different way from heterosexual couples. Actually, understand that we offer this full apology.
Wow.
Their treatment was unfair. What happened to these men is a matter of the greatest regret, and I should be glad so to all of us. I'm sure to the members across the House. For this we are today deeply sorry.
So you
see House of Commons, Hansard number 10, and dated the 7th January 2017.
So George,
and on the back, it is. I hope this addresses the concerns you have raised. Yours sincerely, John Woodward, who I understand is a very senior member of the Home Office. John Woodstock.
Congratulations, George. Tell us what that feels like then. Is the campaign over now?
Well, I can only say that when I arrived, the letter was in my home for at least a couple of weeks before Sunshine and I came back from Thailand about 10 days ago, and there was this letter. And I cannot describe my delight when I opened it. I couldn't believe. I've hoped we would get something, but I never thought we would get such a detailed letter of apology.
And does it rest here now? Do you feel that we have equality?
Well, absolutely. The only thing I'm a little bit concerned about is The whole thing is to me personally. Now there's 16 or 17,000 other men. Many of them did nothing, but they were persecuted by the police and ended up with convictions, some of whom committed suicide. Now, okay, we can't apologise to them, but we could at least a posthumous apology, going back to Oscar Wilde. He served in prison for 2 years. He's never received any sort of an apology. Give him an posthumous apology. Alan Turing, Lord Edward Montague, and Pitt Rivers and Wild Blood, all three of them went to prison. And when I said to my friend Lord Edward, come on, you ought to deserve, he said, oh George, most people have forgotten about it now, just leave it. Well, I thought about it, and I thought, why should I leave it? So I haven't left it, and I thought, and I've got the letter.
George, you make a very sobering point and a good one. Thank you very much indeed for joining us this evening. Congratulations. We're finishing with just a quick look at the papers tomorrow. The Daily Telegraph has...
Pleased with that.